Welcome to a peaceful journey into the world of healing. Let your mind settle, your breathing slow, and your body sink deeper into comfort as we explore the gentle mysteries of how we mend, how we grow, and how nature takes care of us in ways we rarely stop to appreciate. Tonight, we're going to discover facts about healing that will calm your mind and help you drift into the most restful sleep. There's something deeply comforting about understanding how our bodies and the world around us work to repair, restore, and renew. So close your eyes if you haven't already. Get comfortable and let these soothing truths wash over you like a warm, gentle wave. Let's begin with something truly amazing. Your body is healing itself right now in this very moment as you listen to these words. Even as you rest, millions of processes are happening beneath your skin. Your cells are repairing damage from the day. Your immune system is patrolling for anything that doesn't belong. Your muscles are releasing tension. Your mind is processing experiences and filing them away. Healing isn't something that only happens when you're sick or injured. It's constant. It's quiet. It's always there, like a faithful friend working in the background while you sleep. Think about your skin for a moment. Every single day, your body creates about 30 to 40,000 new skin cells. That means right now, while you're lying here, peaceful and still, your skin is renewing itself. Old cells are gently falling away, and fresh new ones are rising to the surface. In fact, you get an entirely new outer layer of skin roughly every 28 days. It's like your body gives you a fresh start over and over again without you having to do anything at all. Just by resting, just by breathing, you're being renewed. And your skin doesn't just protect you, it actually heals itself remarkably fast. When you get a small cut, your body immediately springs into action. Blood cells rush to the area. They form a protective clot, like a natural bandage. Then special cells, called fibroblasts, start building new tissue, weaving it together, strand by strand. White blood cells clean away any debris or bacteria, and slowly, steadily, the wound closes. The whole process is like a perfectly choreographed dance, and your body knows every step by heart. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to try. You just have to rest and let your body do what it was designed to do. Now, let's talk about something truly magical. Your bones. If you've ever broken a bone, you know how painful it can be. But did you know that bones are the only part of your body that can heal themselves without leaving a scar? When a bone breaks, your body doesn't just patch it up. It actually rebuilds it, making it as strong as it was before. Sometimes even stronger at the break point. It's like your skeleton has its own construction crew, working day and night to restore what was damaged. And the timeline is beautiful in its own way. Within hours of a break, your body starts forming a soft callus around the injury. Over the next few weeks, that soft tissue gradually hardens into new bone. And within months, the bone has completely remodeled itself. Nature's engineering at its finest. Your body even heals while you dream. Sleep itself is one of the most powerful healing tools you possess. When you fall into deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, which helps repair tissues and build muscle. Your brain clears out waste, products that accumulated during the day, almost like taking out the trash. Your heart rate slows, giving your cardiovascular system a chance to rest and recover. Your breathing deepens, bringing more oxygen to your cells. Everything slows down, everything quiets, and in that stillness, profound healing takes place. There's a reason why people say sleep is the best medicine. Studies have shown that people who get enough quality sleep heal faster from wounds, recover more quickly from illness, and even respond better to vaccines. Your immune system literally gets stronger when you sleep well. So as you lie here now, listening to these words, know that every minute you spend in restful sleep is a gift to your body. You're not being lazy. You're not wasting time. You're healing. Let's drift now to the healing power of water. The human body is about 60% water, and this liquid is essential for almost every healing process. Water helps flush toxins from your system. It carries nutrients to your cells. It cushions your joints and protects your organs. When you're properly hydrated, your blood flows more easily, bringing oxygen and healing compounds to wherever they're needed. Even your brain works better when you're well hydrated. Thoughts flow more smoothly. Stress feels lighter. Everything just works a little bit better. And think about how water soothes you from the outside, too. A warm bath can ease sore muscles and calm an anxious mind. The gentle pressure of water against your skin can lower your blood pressure and slow your heart rate. There's something primal about water, something that speaks to the deepest parts of us. Maybe it's because we spent our first 9 months floating in fluid, safe and warm and completely at peace. Water remembers that feeling, and so do we. Nature itself is a healer. There's a Japanese practice called forest bathing, where people simply walk slowly through the woods, taking in the sights, sounds, and smells of nature. Research has shown that spending time among trees can lower stress hormones, reduce blood pressure, and boost immune function. The trees themselves release compounds into the air that seem to benefit human health. It's as if the forest is breathing healing into you, and you're breathing it back. Even if you can't be in nature right now, Just imagining a peaceful forest scene can begin to calm your nervous system. Picture tall trees swaying gently. Hear the rustle of leaves. Smell the earth and moss and clean air. Let it all wash over you. Your heart is another miracle of healing. This tireless muscle beats about 100,000 times a day, pumping blood to every corner of your body. And remarkably, the heart has some ability to heal itself after damage. When heart tissue is injured, special cells can sometimes regenerate, creating new muscle fibers. Scientists are still discovering just how much the heart can repair, and they're finding that with the right conditions, rest, proper care, and time, the heart is more resilient than we once thought. Your heart has carried you through every moment of your life, and it's still here, still beating, still strong. Let's talk about breathing for a moment. Right now, without thinking about it, you're breathing. Air is flowing in and out of your lungs in a steady rhythm. And with every breath, you're healing. Deep, slow breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for rest and recovery. It tells your body that you're safe, that there's no danger, that it's okay to relax. When you breathe deeply, your heart rate slows, your muscles release tension, your mind begins to quiet. It's such a simple thing, breathing, but it's also one of your most powerful healing tools. In many ancient traditions, breath is considered the life force itself. In yoga, it's called prana. In Chinese medicine, it's qi. Different names, but the same understanding that breath is sacred, that it carries energy and vitality. And modern science agrees. Proper breathing brings oxygen to your cells, removes carbon dioxide, and helps maintain the delicate pH balance of your blood. Every breath is a small act of healing, a gentle wave of renewal moving through you. Your liver is quietly performing miracles right now. This remarkable organ can regenerate itself even after significant damage. The remaining tissue can grow back to its original size within months. It's one of the few organs in your body with this extraordinary ability. And every day, your liver is working to filter your blood, remove toxins, produce proteins, and support your metabolism. It's like having your own internal purification system, always working, always healing, asking nothing in return but a little kindness and care. There's something deeply comforting about knowing that your body wants to heal. It's not fighting against you. It's not trying to make things difficult. Every system, every organ, every cell is oriented toward balance, toward health, toward wholeness. When something goes wrong, your body immediately begins trying to set it right. You don't have to force it. You don't have to struggle. You just have to support the process. Rest when you're tired. Eat when you're hungry. Drink when you're thirsty. Listen to what your body tells you. It knows what it needs. Even your emotions can heal. When you experience sadness or grief or anger, these feelings aren't permanent. They move through you like weather passing across the sky. You might feel stormy now, but the sun is still there above the clouds, waiting. Emotional healing takes time, and that's okay. There's no rush. You don't have to be over something by a certain date. You can take all the time you need. And just like physical wounds, emotional wounds can make you stronger in the end. Not because pain is good, but because healing teaches you about your own resilience, your own depth, your own capacity to keep going. Scientists have found that talking about difficult emotions actually helps them heal. When you put feelings into words, when you share your story with someone who listens with compassion, something shifts. The weight feels a little lighter. The pain feels a little more manageable. You're not alone in it anymore. And your brain actually processes emotions differently when you name them, when you acknowledge them. It's like shining a light into a dark room. The darkness doesn't disappear, but you can see better. You can find your way through. Let's return to the body for a moment. Your stomach lining replaces itself every few days. The cells that line your stomach are constantly exposed to harsh digestive acids. So your body replaces them frequently, keeping everything fresh and healthy. Your taste buds renew themselves every week or two. The cells in your lungs regenerate regularly. Even your blood is constantly being renewed, with your bone marrow producing millions of new blood cells every second. You are never the same person you were yesterday. Not literally. You're always new, always being remade, always healing and growing and changing your brain. That incredible 3-pound universe inside your skull is also capable of healing and change. For a long time, scientists believed that you were born with all the brain cells you'd ever have, and that damage to the brain was permanent. But we now know that's not entirely true. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity, the ability to form new connections, to reorganize itself, to adapt to new situations. When one area is damaged, other areas can sometimes take over its functions. When you learn something new, your brain creates new pathways. When you practice something repeatedly, those pathways get stronger. Your brain is not fixed. It's flexible, adaptable, always capable of change. And this means that healing extends even to how you think and perceive the world. If you've developed painful thought patterns, anxious habits, or negative beliefs, these aren't permanent features of who you are. They're patterns that were learned, and patterns can be unlearned. New patterns can be created. It takes time and patience, and often support from others, but change is possible. Your brain wants to help you. It wants to find new ways forward. It's on your side. There's healing in music too. Listening to gentle, calming music can lower your stress hormones, reduce pain perception, and help you relax. Music activates multiple areas of your brain at once, creating a rich, complex experience that can shift your mood and state of mind. Some frequencies and rhythms naturally synchronize with your heartbeat and breathing, helping them slow down and find a peaceful rhythm. That's why lullabies have been sung for thousands of years in every culture. Humans have always known that music can soothe, can heal, can carry us gently into sleep. Even the simple act of being touched can heal. Gentle, caring touch releases oxytocin, sometimes called the love hormone. This chemical helps reduce stress, lowers blood pressure, and creates feelings of safety and connection. Babies who are held and touched regularly develop better. Adults who receive caring touch recover from illness more quickly. A hug from someone you trust, a hand on your shoulder, someone gently brushing your hair. These simple gestures carry profound healing power. They remind you that you're not alone, that you're cared for, that you matter. Think about how animals heal. When a cat or dog is injured, they instinctively rest. They find a quiet, safe spot, and they simply lie still, letting their body do its work. They don't worry about all the things they should be doing. They don't feel guilty about resting. They trust their body's wisdom, and we can learn from this. Sometimes, the most healing thing you can do is nothing at all. Just rest, just be still, just breathe and let time pass. Plants offer us countless gifts of healing. For thousands of years, humans have used herbs and plant medicines to treat illness and support health. Chamomile for calming, lavender for sleep, peppermint for digestion, willow bark, which contains the compound that became aspirin, foxglove, which gave us heart medicine. The earth provides what we need, growing it up from the soil, offering it freely. Even now, many of our most important medicines come from plants or were inspired by plant compounds. Nature has been healing us since the beginning. There's something called the relaxation response, discovered by a doctor named Herbert Benson. He found that humans have a built-in ability to counter stress, to activate a state of deep rest that's the opposite of the fight or flight response. And you can trigger this response intentionally through practices like meditation, deep breathing, or progressive muscle relaxation. When you activate the relaxation response, your metabolism slows, your blood pressure drops, your muscles relax, and healing processes throughout your body get a boost. You carry this ability within you always, ready to use whenever you need it. Your body knows how to find balance. There's a term in biology called homeostasis, which means the tendency of living systems to maintain stable conditions. Your body is always working to keep your temperature just right, your blood sugar balanced, your pH levels stable. When something pushes you out of balance, your body has countless mechanisms to bring you back. This is true on every level, from the chemistry inside your cells to your largest organs to your whole body systems. Balance is your natural state, and your body is always seeking to return to it. Healing isn't always linear. Sometimes you feel better, then worse, then better again. Sometimes progress is slow and hard to see. Sometimes you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and that's okay. That's normal. That's how healing actually works most of the time. It's not a straight line from injury to perfect health. It's a winding path with ups and downs, good days and difficult days. But the overall direction is toward wellness. Trust the process. Trust your body. Trust that you're moving forward even when it doesn't feel like it. There's comfort in knowing that pain usually has a purpose. Pain is your body's way of getting your attention, of saying something needs care. It's not punishment, it's communication. And while pain is difficult, it's also temporary. The acute pain of an injury fades as healing progresses. The sharp pain of grief softens over time into something more tender, more bearable. Pain teaches you what you need, what you value, what you want to protect, and then, slowly, it lets you go. Sleep will come. It always does, eventually. And when it does, your body will take over completely, beginning the deepest, most restorative healing work of all. Your conscious mind will step back, and ancient biological processes will step forward, doing what they've done for millions of years. You'll float through dreams, through darkness, through the peaceful nowhere of deep sleep. And when you wake, whether in a few hours or tomorrow morning, you'll be a little bit more healed than you are right now. Your breath is slowing. Your muscles are softening. Your thoughts are beginning to drift. Everything is exactly as it should be. You are safe. You are healing. You are exactly where you need to be right now, in this moment, in this breath. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to figure out. Just rest, just let go. Just allow yourself to be held by this moment, by this bed, by the gentle darkness around you. Healing is happening now. In your bones and blood and skin, in your heart and lungs and liver, in your brain and nerves and muscles, in your thoughts and feelings and dreams. Everything is working together, a symphony of life, playing the ancient song of renewal. And you don't have to conduct. You don't have to play an instrument. You just have to listen. Just have to rest. Just have to trust that your body knows what to do. The world will still be there tomorrow. All your concerns and responsibilities will wait. Right now, in this precious space between waking and sleeping, none of it matters. There is only this breath, this moment, this feeling of slowly sinking down into comfort and peace. You're doing so well. You're exactly where you need to be. And sleep is coming, gentle and inevitable as the tide, ready to carry you away to somewhere peaceful and deep and perfectly still. Let your breathing continue at its own gentle pace, easy and natural, as we journey deeper into the peaceful world of healing. There are so many beautiful mysteries still to discover, so many quiet miracles happening all around you and within you. Just relax a little more with each word, letting everything soften and settle. Your eyes have their own remarkable healing abilities. The cornea, that clear front surface of your eye, is one of the fastest healing tissues in your entire body. A minor scratch on your cornea can heal completely within a day or two. Your eyes are constantly bathing themselves in tears, which aren't just salty water. Tears contain proteins, antibodies, and special enzymes that fight infection and promote healing. Every time you blink, you're spreading this healing fluid across your eyes, protecting them, cleaning them, keeping them healthy. Even the simple act of blinking is a form of care, a tiny gesture of healing that happens thousands of times a day without you ever thinking about it. And when you cry emotional tears, something even more interesting happens. Emotional tears have a different chemical composition than the tears that keep your eyes moist or the tears caused by cutting onions. Emotional tears contain stress, hormones, and other chemicals that build up during times of emotional pain. So when you cry, you're literally releasing these substances from your body. Crying is cleansing. It's healing. It's your body's way of letting go of what hurts. There's no shame in tears. They're a gift, a natural release valve for the pressure that builds up inside. Let's think about your amazing immune system for a while. Right now, as you rest here in the quiet darkness, millions of white blood cells are traveling through your bloodstream like tiny guardians, watching for anything that shouldn't be there. Some of these cells, called neutrophils, are the first responders. They rush to any site of injury or infection and begin fighting immediately. Other cells, called lymphocytes, have incredible memories. If you've ever been sick with something or received a vaccine, certain lymphocytes remember that invader for years, sometimes for your entire life. If they ever encounter it again, they respond immediately, often so fast that you never even get sick. Your body remembers. Your body learns. Your body protects you. There's a type of cell called a macrophage, which means big eater. These cells travel through your tissues looking for bacteria, dead cells, or other debris that needs to be cleaned up. When they find something, they simply engulf it and break it down. It's like having millions of tiny cleanup crews working around the clock, keeping your internal environment clean and healthy. They do this every moment of every day, asking nothing in return. Your body takes care of you in ways you'll never see, never know about, never consciously experience. But it's happening. Always think about how scars tell the story of healing. When you look at a scar on your skin, you're looking at proof that your body fought for you, worked for you, healed you. That scar is new tissue, carefully built by your cells to close a wound and protect you. In some cultures, scars are honored as marks of survival, as evidence of battles won. Your body doesn't see scars as failures or flaws. Your body sees them as victories, as problems solved, as healing accomplished. Every scar is a story of your body's devotion to keeping you whole. Your intestines are constantly healing too. The lining of your digestive tract replaces itself every few days. Think about that for a moment. Every few days, you have an entirely new intestinal lining. This rapid turnover makes sense when you consider that your intestines are exposed to everything you eat and drink. All the acids and enzymes needed for digestion, and trillions of bacteria that live in your gut. Your body keeps everything fresh, keeps everything working, keeps you nourished and healthy. And your gut bacteria, those trillions of tiny organisms living inside you, they're helping you too. They aid in digestion, produce vitamins, support your immune system, and even influence your mood. You're not alone in your body. You're a walking ecosystem, a community of life, all working together. There's healing in movement too, gentle movement that respects your body's limits. When you stretch slowly, you're bringing blood flow to your muscles, helping them release tension and repair any tiny tears from daily activity. When you walk, you're strengthening your heart, clearing your lungs, and supporting your bones. Movement doesn't have to be intense or painful to be healing. Sometimes the gentlest movement is the most restorative, like water flowing in a quiet stream, slow and steady and persistent, gradually smoothing all the rough edges. Your blood itself is a river of healing. It carries oxygen to every cell, removes waste products, delivers nutrients, transports immune cells and hormones and healing factors to wherever they're needed. Your heart pumps this river through about 60,000 miles of blood vessels, reaching every tiny corner of your body. And your blood can clot when needed to stop bleeding, then slowly dissolve those clots once the healing is done. It knows when to stop flow and when to restore it. Your body is so intelligent, so perfectly designed for survival and healing. There's something called the placebo effect that reveals just how powerful your mind can be in healing. When people believe they're receiving treatment, even if it's just a sugar pill, they often get better. Their pain decreases, their symptoms improve. Their wounds heal faster. This isn't just imagination. Real physical changes happen in their bodies. The belief itself triggers healing responses. Your thoughts, your expectations, your sense of hope, these aren't separate from your body. They're part of your body. They influence your chemistry, your immune system, your pain perception. This is why staying hopeful matters. Why believing in your ability to heal matters. Your mind is a healing tool. Sleep cycles are fascinating in their complexity and their purpose. Throughout the night, you move through different stages of sleep, each with its own healing function. In light sleep, your body begins to relax and slow down. In deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone and does major physical repairs. In REM sleep, your brain processes emotions and memories, filing away what's important and letting go of what isn't. You cycle through these stages multiple times each night, getting exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Your body knows the rhythm. It's been doing this since you were born. Even your fingernails and hair are constantly growing, constantly renewing themselves. Your fingernails grow about 1/10 of a millimeter each day. Your hair grows about 6 inches a year. These might seem like small, trivial facts, but they're part of the larger truth that your body is always building, always creating, always moving forward. Nothing stays static. You're always becoming, always growing, always new. Temperature affects healing in interesting ways. When you have a fever, that's actually your body's healing strategy. Many bacteria and viruses can't survive at higher temperatures, so your body heats itself up to fight them off. A moderate fever isn't something to fear. It's your immune system doing its job. Similarly, applying warmth to sore muscles or cold to an injury. These temperature changes trigger healing responses. Your body responds to temperature as a signal, adjusting its processes accordingly. There's profound healing in silence. In our busy, noisy world, we rarely experience true quiet. But silence allows your nervous system to reset. It reduces the constant stimulation that keeps you alert and tense. In silence, your brain waves slow down. Your breathing deepens. Your mind begins to wander and dream. Monks and meditators have known for thousands of years that silence heals. Modern research confirms it. Silence reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, and even promotes the growth of new cells in the hippocampus, the part of your brain involved in memory and emotion. You don't have to do anything in the silence. Just be there. Just listen to the quiet. Let it hold you. Your saliva is more complex than you might think. It contains proteins and enzymes that begin digesting your food, but it also contains compounds that promote healing. When an animal licks its wounds, there's actually some benefit to it. Saliva contains growth factors and histidines, which are proteins with antimicrobial and healing properties. While you shouldn't lick your wounds like animals do, it's comforting to know that even your saliva is part of your body's healing arsenal. Every substance your body produces has a purpose. Light affects your healing, too. Natural sunlight helps your body produce vitamin D, which is essential for bone health, immune function, and mood regulation. The bright light of morning helps reset your circadian rhythm, telling your body it's time to be awake and active. The dimming light of evening signals that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep. Your body is designed to live in harmony with the natural cycles. When you honor these rhythms, when you let yourself wake with light and sleep with darkness, you're supporting countless healing processes. Even the colors around you can influence your state of mind in your healing. Blue is calming, like the sky and the sea. It can lower your heart rate and reduce feelings of anxiety. Green is restoring, like forests and fields. It's easy on the eyes and associated with balance and renewal. Soft, warm colors can feel comforting and safe. Your environment matters. The space you create for yourself matters. Surrounding yourself with what brings you peace is a form of self-care, a way of telling your body that it's safe to relax and heal. Your body has natural painkillers called endorphins. When you exercise, laugh, or experience something pleasurable, your brain releases these chemicals. Endorphins bind to the same receptors as drugs like morphine, reducing pain and creating feelings of pleasure and well-being. You carry your own medicine within you. When you do things that bring you joy, you're not just having fun. You're literally medicating yourself in the healthiest way possible. Joy is healing. Laughter is healing. Pleasure and connection and love, these are all healing forces. There's a beautiful concept in nature called succession. When a forest is damaged by fire or storm, it doesn't stay barren forever. First, small plants and grasses appear, then shrubs, then young trees. Gradually, over years and decades, the forest rebuilds itself into a complex, thriving ecosystem. The same is true for you. When you experience damage or loss, the healing doesn't happen all at once. It happens in stages, in layers, in its own time. First, the acute pain, then the slow rebuilding, then, eventually, new growth. You might never be exactly the same as you were before, just as the new forest isn't identical to the old one. But you can be whole again. You can be healthy again. You can thrive again. Your kidneys are quiet heroes, filtering your blood around 40 times a day, removing waste products and excess fluid, balancing your electrolytes, regulating your blood pressure. They're constantly working to keep your internal environment clean and balanced. When you drink water, your kidneys manage it. When you eat salt, your kidneys adjust for it. They're flexible, responsive, always adapting to what you need. And like so many of your organs, they have some ability to heal and regenerate after damage. Your body wants to keep working. It fights to maintain function even when things go wrong. Think about the healing power of routine and ritual. When you establish healthy patterns, when you go to bed at the same time each night, eat regular meals, take time for rest and movement, you're supporting your body's natural rhythms. Your body loves predictability. It helps your circadian system stay synchronized. It reduces stress because you know what to expect. Small rituals like making tea before bed or taking a few deep breaths when you wake up. These create moments of mindfulness in your day. They anchor you. They remind you to pause and care for yourself. Your body is more resilient than you might think. It can adapt to incredible challenges. People have recovered from devastating injuries, overcome serious illnesses, survived unimaginable hardships. The human body and spirit have a capacity for healing that constantly surprises doctors and researchers. You're stronger than you know. Your body is more capable than you give it credit for. And even in the face of chronic conditions or permanent injuries, there's always some form of healing possible. Adaptation is healing. Acceptance is healing. Finding a new way forward is healing. Let's think about the healing that happens in relationships. When you feel truly seen and heard by another person. When someone offers you compassion without judgment, something shifts inside you. Social connection isn't just nice to have. It's essential for health. Studies show that people with strong social connections live longer, recover from illness faster, and experience less depression and anxiety. Loneliness, on the other hand, can be as damaging to health as smoking. We're social creatures. We need each other. We heal each other just by being present, by listening, by caring. There's healing in forgiveness, too. Holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. It hurts you more than anyone else. Forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It doesn't mean you have to reconcile with someone who harmed you. Forgiveness means you're choosing to release the grip that pain has on your heart. You're choosing your own peace over the satisfaction of holding a grudge. And research shows that people who practice forgiveness have lower blood pressure, less anxiety, and better overall health. Letting go is healing. Your body temperature drops slightly as you prepare for sleep. Your core temperature needs to decrease for you to fall into deep sleep. That's why a cool room helps you sleep better. That's why a warm bath before bed can help. The contrast of warming up, then cooling down, signals your body that it's time to rest. Your body is preparing right now. Temperature dropping, heart rate slowing, breathing deepening. Everything is moving toward sleep, toward healing, toward restoration. There's something called homeostatic sleep pressure, which is just a fancy way of saying the longer you're awake, the sleepier you get. Your body produces a chemical called adenosine while you're awake. It builds up gradually throughout the day, making you feel more and more tired. When you sleep, adenosine is cleared away. It's a simple, elegant system. Your body keeps track of when you need rest, and it makes sure you feel it. Right now, that pressure is building. Or maybe it's already strong, pulling you down towards sleep. Don't fight it. Trust it. Your body knows. Even your dreams are part of healing. During REM sleep, your brain processes emotional experiences from your day and from your past. It's like your mind is sorting through files, deciding what to keep, what to discard, what connections to make. Sometimes dreams work through problems you've been struggling with. Sometimes they release emotions you've been holding. Sometimes they're just strange and random, your brain playing freely while your body rests. But they serve a purpose. They're part of the complex process of mental and emotional healing. Your muscles have memory. When you learn a physical skill, like riding a bike or playing an instrument, you might struggle at first. But with practice, it becomes automatic. Your muscles and nerves learn the patterns. This is called muscle memory, though it's really about neural pathways becoming stronger. And this kind of learning is very resistant to forgetting. Even if years pass, your body remembers. This is healing in its own way. Your body stores good things, useful things, and keeps them for you, even when you're not using them. There's comfort in knowing that. Pain tolerance can increase over time. What feels unbearable at first can become manageable as you adapt. This isn't just psychological. Your nervous system actually changes. You develop new coping strategies. Your brain learns to process pain signals differently. This is why physical therapy works, why gradual exposure helps with anxiety, why practice makes difficult things easier. Your nervous system is plastic, changeable, always learning. You're not stuck with your current limitations. Change is always possible. The seasons remind us that rest is natural and necessary. In winter, nature rests. Trees let go of their leaves and direct their energy inward. Animals hibernate or slow down. Everything gets quiet and still. And in that rest, energy is conserved and stored for the explosion of growth that comes in spring. You're part of nature too. You need seasons of activity and seasons of rest. You need times of doing and times of being. Right now is a time of rest. Let yourself have it. Let yourself be winter for a while, quiet and still. gathering strength for when spring comes again. Your voice can heal. Humming, singing, chanting. These activities stimulate the vagus nerve, which is a major nerve that helps regulate your parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for rest and recovery. The gentle vibration of humming or singing can calm your body, slow your heart rate, and reduce anxiety. Many spiritual and religious traditions include chanting or singing for exactly this reason. The ancients understood intuitively what science now confirms. Your voice is an instrument of healing. Smell is one of the most powerful senses for influencing mood and memory. Certain scents can instantly transport you to another time and place, triggering vivid memories and emotions. And some scents have measurable effects on your physiology. Lavender promotes relaxation and sleep. Peppermint can increase alertness and reduce pain. Rose can decrease anxiety. Vanilla can create feelings of comfort and safety. Your olfactory system connects directly to your limbic system, the emotional center of your brain. That's why smells are so evocative, so powerful. Even imagining a peaceful scent can begin to calm you. Your heart rate naturally varies with your breathing. When you breathe in, your heart speeds up slightly. When you breathe out, it slows down slightly. This is called respiratory sinus arrhythmia, and it's a sign of a healthy, flexible nervous system. When you breathe slowly and deeply, this variation becomes more pronounced. Your heart follows your breath, speeding and slowing in a gentle rhythm. It's like your heart and lungs are dancing together. And when you slow your breath, you slow this dance. You calm everything. You signal to your entire body that all is well. Healing takes courage. It takes courage to rest when the world tells you to push through. It takes courage to ask for help when you need it. It takes courage to feel your feelings instead of numbing them. It takes courage to believe you can get better when everything hurts. But you have that courage. You're here, listening to these words, taking care of yourself, allowing yourself this time to rest and heal. That takes strength. You're doing the hard work of healing, and you're doing it well. Everything is slowing down now. Your thoughts are drifting like leaves on a gentle stream. Your body is heavy and warm and completely at ease. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, no problem to solve. Just this moment, just this breath, just this feeling of sinking deeper and deeper into comfort and peace. Sleep is very close now, hovering just at the edge of your awareness, ready to catch you when you let go completely. And you can let go. You're safe. You're healing. Everything is exactly as it should be. Continue breathing softly, letting each exhale carry away a little more tension, a little more of the day's weight. We're going even deeper now into the gentle mysteries of healing, discovering more beautiful truths about how life renews itself, how nature supports you, and how your body is always working in your favor. Your thymus gland, a small organ in your chest, is where certain immune cells go to mature and learn. These cells, called T cells, are trained in the thymus to recognize what belongs in your body and what doesn't. It's like a school for your immune system, teaching your cells to protect you without attacking you. The thymus is most active when you're young, but it continues supporting your immune system throughout your life. Even now, it's quietly working, helping your body distinguish friend from foe, keeping you safe. Think about how wounds heal from the bottom up and from the edges inward. Your body doesn't just throw new tissue randomly at an injury. It follows a careful plan. New tissue forms at the deepest part of the wound first, then gradually fills upward. Meanwhile, cells at the edges of the wound slowly move inward, pulling the wound closed. It's organized, it's methodical. It's the result of millions of years of evolution perfecting the healing process. Your body is ancient and wise. It carries all that wisdom in every cell. There's healing in gratitude. When you take time to notice what's good in your life, when you appreciate small things like a comfortable bed or a peaceful moment, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, chemicals associated with happiness and well-being. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. It doesn't erase problems, but it creates balance. It reminds you that even in difficult times, there are still gifts to be found. And this shift in perspective has real effects on your health. People who practice gratitude sleep better, experience less pain, and have stronger immune systems. Your spleen is another quiet guardian you rarely think about. It filters your blood, removing old or damaged red blood cells and recycling their components. It stores white blood cells and platelets. It helps fight certain infections. If you get a cut, your spleen releases stored platelets to help clot the blood. It's like having a reserve army and a recycling center, all in one small organ. Your body wastes nothing. Everything is used, reused, transformed, kept in balance. Babies have an incredible capacity to heal. Young children can sometimes regenerate fingertips if they're injured before a certain age. Their bones heal remarkably fast. Their brains have enormous plasticity, able to reorganize and compensate for injury in ways that become more limited as we age. But this doesn't mean adults can't heal. It just means it might take longer, might require more support, and that's okay. Healing doesn't have to be fast to be real. Slow healing is still healing. There's something called the rest and digest state, the opposite of fight or flight. When your parasympathetic nervous system is active, your body focuses on maintenance and healing. Digestion improves. Inflammation decreases. Your heart rate and blood pressure stabilize. Energy is redirected away from stress responses and toward repair and restoration. You can activate this state intentionally through deep breathing, meditation, gentle movement, or simply by allowing yourself to rest without guilt. Right now, as you lie here listening, you're in rest and digest mode. Your body is taking advantage of this time to heal. Your pancreas produces insulin and other hormones that regulate your blood sugar, keeping it stable so your cells have the energy they need. It also produces digestive enzymes that break down your food. When your blood sugar rises after a meal, your pancreas releases insulin. When it drops, your pancreas adjusts. It's constantly monitoring, constantly responding, keeping everything balanced. This is true for all your organs. They're in constant communication with each other, sharing information, coordinating their activities, working as one unified system. There's healing in acceptance, not giving up, not resignation, but true acceptance of what is. When you stop fighting reality, when you stop arguing with what's already happened, you free up enormous amounts of energy. That energy can go toward healing, toward finding solutions, toward creating meaning. Acceptance doesn't mean you have to like what happened. It just means you acknowledge it without adding extra layers of suffering through resistance. What is, and from that place of acceptance, you can choose how to move forward. Your adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys like little caps. They produce stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline when you need them. But they also produce hormones that help you wake up in the morning, maintain your blood pressure, and respond to inflammation. Your adrenal glands work hard, especially in times of chronic stress, and they can become depleted, which is why rest is so important. When you sleep well, eat well, and manage stress, you give your adrenal glands a chance to recover. You support these small but vital organs in doing their essential work. Asterisk, animals seek out healing instinctively. Dogs eat grass when their stomachs are upset. Elephants dig for salt and minerals they need. Butterflies will land on mud to extract essential nutrients. Bears rub against trees to soothe their skin and remove parasites. Creatures all over the world use plants, minerals, hot springs, and other natural resources to heal themselves. They don't need doctors or books. They just know. And humans have these instincts too, though we sometimes ignore them. When you crave certain foods, want to be alone, feel drawn to water or nature, your body might be telling you what it needs to heal. Your appendix, once thought to be useless, actually has a purpose. It appears to serve as a storehouse for beneficial gut bacteria. If you get sick and your gut bacteria are wiped out by antibiotics or illness. The bacteria in your appendix can help repopulate your digestive system. It's like a backup system, a reservoir of help waiting for when you need it. Your body plans ahead. It has redundancies and backup systems because survival is the top priority. Asterisk. There's deep healing in being seen and accepted for who you truly are. When you can be authentic with someone, when you don't have to pretend or perform, when you can share your struggles and your fears and still feel loved, something profound happens. You relax at the deepest level. You feel safe enough to be vulnerable. And in that vulnerability, in that openness, real healing can occur. Shame keeps us sick. Connection heals us. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be real. Your body has its own electrical system. Your heart generates electrical impulses that coordinate its beating. Your brain produces different electrical patterns depending on whether you're alert, relaxed, or sleeping. Your nervous system uses electrical signals to send messages throughout your body. You're not just flesh and bone. You're also energy, electricity, vibration. And this electrical activity can be influenced by your state of mind, your breathing, your environment. Everything is connected. Everything influences everything else. Color therapy and light therapy are real healing modalities. Exposure to bright light in the morning can help with seasonal depression. Certain wavelengths of red light may promote wound healing. Blue light before bed can disrupt sleep, but blue light during the day can improve mood and alertness. Light isn't just something that lets you see. It's information for your body, signals that influence your hormones, your mood, your energy levels. The quality and timing of light in your life matter for your health. Your gallbladder stores bile produced by your liver and releases it when you eat fatty foods, helping you digest and absorb fats and fat-soluble vitamins. It's a small organ with a specific job, and it does that job faithfully. Even if you've had your gallbladder removed, your body adapts. Your liver continues producing bile, just releasing it more continuously instead of storing it. Your body is flexible. It can compensate. It finds new ways to work, even when something changes. There's healing in creative expression. When you make something, whether it's art or music or writing or cooking or building, you're engaging different parts of your brain. You're focusing your attention. You're translating internal experiences into external form. This process can help you understand and release difficult emotions. It can give you a sense of accomplishment and purpose. It can connect you to something larger than yourself. Creativity is not frivolous. It's fundamental to human well-being. It's healing. Your body produces new red blood cells constantly. Each red blood cell lives for about 4 months. traveling through your circulatory system, delivering oxygen, removing carbon dioxide. When it wears out, it's filtered by your spleen and recycled. Meanwhile, your bone marrow is producing millions of new red blood cells every second to replace the old ones. This continuous renewal is happening right now, has been happening your entire life, will continue happening as long as you live. You're always new, always fresh, always renewed. Think about how trees heal around wounds. When a branch breaks or bark is damaged, the tree doesn't regenerate the exact tissue that was lost. Instead, it grows new tissue around the wound, eventually covering it over. The wound becomes part of the tree, incorporated into its structure. The tree grows stronger, adapting its growth pattern to account for the injury. You can heal like this, too, not by becoming who you were before, but by growing around your wounds, incorporating your experiences, becoming someone new and strong and whole in a different way. Your body knows how to make vitamin D from sunlight. When ultraviolet light hits your skin, it triggers a chemical reaction that produces this essential nutrient. Vitamin D helps you absorb calcium for strong bones. It supports your immune system. It influences your mood. Your body takes something as simple as sunlight and transforms it into something you need. You're alchemical. You turn the basic elements around you into health and life. There's healing in movement, meditation, practices like Tai Chi or Qigong, where you move slowly and deliberately, coordinating breath with motion. These practices calm your nervous system, improve balance and flexibility, and create a sense of flow and ease in your body. You don't have to be athletic or flexible to benefit. Gentle, mindful movement meets you wherever you are. It's not about performance. It's about presence, about being fully in your body, about moving with awareness and care. Your brain produces different chemicals at different times of day. In the morning, cortisol rises to help you wake up. During the day, you produce neurotransmitters that help you focus and engage with the world. In the evening, melatonin begins to increase, preparing you for sleep. Your brain is following an ancient rhythm, a cycle that's synchronized with the rising and setting of the sun. When you honor this rhythm, when you work with it instead of against it, everything functions better. You sleep better. You feel better. You heal better. There's a concept in traditional Chinese medicine called qi, or life force energy. While Western medicine doesn't have a direct equivalent, there's truth in the idea that energy flows through your body. Blood flows. Nerve signals flow. Lymph flows. Hormones and nutrients flow. When these flows are balanced and unobstructed, you feel well. When they're blocked or imbalanced, you feel unwell. Practices like acupuncture, massage, and energy work aim to restore balance and flow. And while the mechanisms might be debated, the results are often real. People feel better. Pain decreases. Healing improves. Your pituitary gland, no bigger than a pea, is sometimes called the master gland because it controls so many other glands in your body. It produces growth hormone, regulates your thyroid, controls your reproductive system, influences your kidneys and breasts. This tiny structure at the base of your brain is coordinating an incredible amount of activity. Your body is governed not by chaos, but by order, by systems that communicate and coordinate, by wisdom that operates far below your conscious awareness. There's healing in prayer or meditation, whatever form speaks to you. The act of quieting your mind, focusing inward, connecting with something you consider sacred or meaningful. This changes your physiology. Your breathing slows. Your blood pressure drops. Your brain waves shift into calmer patterns. Whether you're religious or spiritual or neither, having a practice that connects you to something larger than your immediate concerns can provide comfort, reduce stress, and support healing. You don't have to believe anything specific. You just have to take time to be still, to be quiet, to touch something deeper than the surface of daily life. Your tonsils and adenoids are part of your immune system, stationed at the entrance to your respiratory and digestive tracts, like guards checking who enters. They sample what comes in through your nose and mouth, helping your immune system learn to recognize threats. Even if these tissues have been removed, your immune system continues to function. You have redundancy built in. One system backs up another. You're resilient in ways you might not even realize. There's something beautiful about how your body prioritizes. If you're injured or fighting an infection, your body redirects resources. You might feel tired because energy is being diverted to healing. You might lose your appetite because digestion takes energy that's needed elsewhere. You might want to isolate yourself because rest is more important than socializing. Your body makes these decisions automatically, always choosing survival and healing first. When you listen to these signals, instead of overriding them, you support your body's natural healing process. The ocean has healing properties that have been recognized for centuries. Salt water can help heal wounds and skin conditions. The minerals in seawater are absorbed through your skin. The sound of waves can induce meditative states. The negative ions produced by moving water may improve mood and energy. Even if you can't be at the ocean, you carry water inside you. You're mostly water, and that water responds to how you treat yourself, to whether you stay hydrated, to whether you rest and care for yourself. Your body builds calluses where you need them. If you walk barefoot, your feet develop tougher skin. If you play guitar, your fingertips get harder. If you lift weights, your hands develop calluses. Your body adapts to the demands you place on it, building protection where it's needed. This is true metaphorically. Difficult experiences can make you stronger, more resilient, better able to handle future challenges. Not because suffering is good, but because healing from suffering teaches you about your own strength. There's healing in honest expression of emotion. When you're sad, crying helps. When you're angry, finding safe ways to release that energy helps. When you're joyful, expressing it amplifies it. Emotions are meant to move through you, not get stuck inside you. The word emotion comes from Latin words meaning to move out. Feelings are visitors. They come, they stay for a while, they leave. When you allow this natural movement, you maintain emotional health. When you suppress or deny feelings, they get stuck. And stuck emotions can contribute to physical symptoms. Your body maintains a delicate pH balance in your blood. Too acidic or too alkaline, and you couldn't survive. But your lungs and kidneys work constantly to keep your blood at just the right pH. When you breathe out, you're removing carbon dioxide, which makes your blood less acidic. Your kidneys filter acids and bases, adjusting what they keep and what they excrete. This balance is maintained so precisely, second by second, without you ever thinking about it. Your body is performing countless acts of regulation, always seeking balance, always maintaining the conditions necessary for life. Healing happens in layers, like an onion. You might heal one aspect of an injury or illness, only to discover another layer beneath it that needs attention. This can be frustrating, but it's also natural. Deep healing takes time. Each layer that heals makes it possible to access the next layer. Physical healing might reveal emotional pain that was buried. Emotional healing might bring up memories that need processing. It's all connected. And healing one thing often helps heal everything else, because you're not a collection of separate parts. You're one integrated whole. Your fingertips have more nerve endings than almost any other part of your body. They're exquisitely sensitive, allowing you to feel tiny differences in texture, temperature, and pressure. This sensitivity isn't just for identifying objects. Touch is healing. When you stroke your own arm gently, when you massage your temples, when you place your hand over your heart, you're activating your sense of touch in ways that calm your nervous system. You can comfort yourself through touch. You have this power in your own hands. There's healing in simplicity. In our complex world, we often think solutions need to be complicated. But sometimes the simplest things are most healing. A glass of water when you're thirsty. A warm blanket when you're cold. A few deep breaths when you're stressed. A good night's sleep when you're exhausted. These basic acts of self-care are profoundly healing. You don't always need elaborate treatments or expensive interventions. Sometimes you just need the basics done with consistency and care. Let yourself drift even deeper now, floating on this gentle current of calm as we explore the final peaceful truths about healing. Your body is so relaxed, your mind so quiet, and sleep is wrapping around you like the softest blanket. Just listen, just breathe, and let these last beautiful facts carry you all the way down into the deepest, most restful sleep. Your lymphatic system is like a second circulatory system, running parallel to your blood vessels. It collects excess fluid from your tissues, filters it through lymph nodes, where immune cells check for threats, and returns it to your bloodstream. Unlike your blood, which is pumped by your heart, lymph fluid moves through gentle muscle contractions and breathing. When you take deep, slow breaths, when you move gently, you're helping your lymphatic system do its cleaning work. Right now, as you breathe softly, your lymph is flowing, carrying away what you don't need, keeping you clean from the inside. There's something called hormesis, which means that small amounts of stress can actually make you stronger. When you exercise, you're stressing your muscles, and they respond by growing stronger. When you fast briefly, your cells activate repair processes. When you expose yourself to cold or heat in controlled ways, your body adapts and becomes more resilient. This doesn't mean you should seek out suffering, but it does mean that challenges, when they're not overwhelming, can be opportunities for growth and strengthening. Your body knows how to turn stress into strength. Your gut is sometimes called your second brain because it has its own nervous system. The enteric nervous system, with millions of neurons lining your digestive tract. These neurons communicate with your brain, sending signals about hunger, fullness, and even emotion. That's why you feel butterflies in your stomach when you're nervous, or why gut feelings can guide your decisions. Your gut produces most of your body's serotonin, a neurotransmitter associated with happiness and well-being. Taking care of your gut through good food, probiotics, and reducing stress isn't just about digestion. It's about your whole mental and physical health. There's profound healing in letting yourself be imperfect. Perfectionism is exhausting. It keeps you in a constant state of stress, always reaching for an impossible standard, never satisfied with what you achieve. But when you accept that you're human, that you'll make mistakes, that you'll have bad days and struggle sometimes, you release that pressure. You give yourself permission to be real. And in that space of self-acceptance, true healing can happen. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love and care. You're worthy exactly as you are right now. With all your flaws and all your struggles, your mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells, tiny structures that convert nutrients into energy your body can use. Every cell in your body, except red blood cells, contains hundreds or thousands of mitochondria. They're working constantly, producing the energy you need to think, move, heal, and live. Interestingly, mitochondria have their own DNA separate from the DNA in your cell nucleus. Scientists believe mitochondria were once independent organisms that formed a partnership with early cells billions of years ago. You carry this ancient partnership in every cell, a reminder that cooperation and symbiosis are fundamental to life. There's healing in nature's cycles. The moon waxes and wanes. The tides rise and fall. Seasons change in their eternal rhythm. Seeds grow into plants, bloom, produce new seeds, and die, all part of the endless cycle of life. You're part of these cycles, too. Your body follows circadian rhythms, monthly cycles, seasonal patterns. Your life has cycles of growth and rest, action and reflection, joy and sorrow. Understanding that everything is cyclical, that low points are temporary and will give way to high points again, can bring comfort during difficult times. Winter always becomes spring. Night always becomes day. This too shall pass. Your ears never stop working. Even when you're asleep, your ears are detecting sounds and sending that information to your brain. Your brain just filters most of it out, letting you sleep through quiet background noise, while still alerting you to important sounds like an alarm or someone calling your name. Your body is always protecting you, always watching over you, even in sleep. You're safe. You're guarded. You can let go completely and trust that your body will wake you if needed. There's something called the relaxation response that you can activate anytime you need it. By sitting or lying quietly, breathing slowly and deeply, and releasing tension from your muscles, you trigger a cascade of healing responses. Your blood pressure drops. Your heart rate slows. Stress hormones decrease. Your immune system gets stronger. This isn't mystical or magical. It's biology, and you have access to it always, in any moment, just by choosing to pause and breathe and relax. You're doing it right now. Feel how good it feels. Remember this. You can come back to this peaceful place whenever you need it. Your voice has a unique frequency, a vibration that's yours alone. When you speak or hum or sing, you're creating waves of sound that move through your body as well as through the air. Some people believe that certain vocal tones can promote healing. Whether or not that's scientifically proven, there's no doubt that using your voice can be powerful. Humming activates your vagus nerve. Singing releases endorphins. Speaking your truth, naming your feelings, asking for what you need. These vocal acts can be profoundly healing. Your voice matters. What you have to say matters. Think about how your body knows when to stop bleeding. When you're cut, your blood clots to seal the wound. But once the wound is sealed, your body knows to stop clotting. If your blood clotted too much, you'd have dangerous blockages. If it clotted too little, you'd bleed excessively. Your body maintains perfect balance, knowing exactly how much is enough. This is true in so many ways. Your body knows when you've had enough food, enough rest, enough of anything. Learning to listen to these internal signals, to trust your body's wisdom, is a form of healing. There's healing in the passage of time itself. The saying that time heals all wounds isn't completely true, but time does change things. Acute pain softens into dull ache, then into memory, then into something that's just part of your story. What felt unbearable in the moment becomes bearable over time. You adapt, you grow, you integrate your experiences. Time gives you distance, perspective, the space to see things differently. You don't have to rush your healing. Time is on your side. Your cells communicate with each other constantly through chemical signals. When one cell needs help, it sends out signals. Nearby cells respond. Help arrives. Resources are shared. The whole system works together. No cell is truly isolated. And in the same way, you're not isolated either. You're part of a larger human family. When you need help, you can reach out. When others need help, you can respond. We're all connected, all part of one living system, healing ourselves by healing each other. There is a beautiful balance between effort and surrender in healing. Sometimes you need to take action to work on healing actively. You need to exercise, take your medicine, go to therapy, make changes in your life. But sometimes you need to surrender, to accept what is, to stop fighting and just rest. Knowing when to push and when to yield, when to try and when to trust. This is wisdom. And often, the deepest healing happens not through forcing, but through allowing. Allow yourself to rest now. Allow yourself to heal. Allow sleep to come and do its work. Your body is more space than solid matter. At the atomic level, you're mostly empty space. The distance between the nucleus of an atom and its electrons is relatively huge. If an atom were the size of a stadium, the nucleus would be a marble in the center. Everything else is space. You're made of particles and space and energy all dancing together, held in form by forces you can't see. You're more mystery than matter. And in that mystery, anything is possible. Healing that seems impossible might happen. Change that feels out of reach might occur. Stay open. Stay hopeful. Miracles happen in the spaces between what we know. There's healing in honest storytelling. When you share your experiences, your struggles, your journey, you help others feel less alone. You give them permission to share their own stories. Stories connect us. They help us make sense of our experiences. They turn suffering into meaning. Your story matters. The way you've survived, the way you've coped, the way you've continued to show up even when it was hard. This is valuable. This is worth sharing. You never know who needs to hear that they're not alone, that someone else has felt what they're feeling, that healing is possible. Your body is self-regulating in countless ways you never notice. Your pupils dilate and constrict to control how much light enters your eyes. Your sweat glands activate when you're too hot. Your hair stands up when you're cold, trying to trap warm air. Your stomach produces acid when you eat and reduces it when you don't. Thousands of processes are constantly adjusting, constantly responding, constantly working to keep you in balance. You don't have to micromanage your body. It knows what to do. Trust it. Work with it, not against it. There's something deeply calming about water sounds. Rain falling, waves lapping at the shore, a stream bubbling over rocks. These sounds have consistent, repetitive patterns that help your brain relax. They mask other sounds that might disturb you. They remind you of safety, perhaps because early humans needed water to survive, so being near water meant security. Even imagining these sounds can begin to calm you. Hear gentle rain falling in your mind. Hear soft waves rolling in and out. Let these sounds wash through you, cleansing, soothing, peaceful. Your capacity for healing is greater than you know. You've survived every difficult moment of your life so far. 100% of the hard times you've faced, you've gotten through. That's not luck. That's resilience. That's strength. You carry that strength with you always. When you face new challenges, you can draw on everything you've already survived. You are more capable than you think, more resilient, more able to heal and grow and adapt. Believe in yourself. You've earned that belief through every hard thing you've endured. The universe is built on cycles and rhythms. Planets orbit stars. The moon orbits Earth. Everything spins and circles and returns. Your life has these rhythms too. Sometimes you're growing. Sometimes you're resting. Sometimes you're struggling. Sometimes you're thriving. None of these states are permanent. Everything changes. Everything moves. And knowing this can bring comfort. If you're in a difficult place now, it won't last forever. Morning always comes. Spring always returns. New beginnings are always possible. Your body creates heat about the same amount as a 100-watt light bulb. This heat comes from all the chemical reactions constantly happening in your cells. All the work your body is doing just to exist. You're a furnace. You're alive with energy, with fire, with vitality. Even when you feel tired, even when you feel weak, this life force is burning within you. You're more powerful than you realize. You contain universes. You're made of stardust, an ancient ocean, and the breath of forests. You're a miracle. There's healing in acceptance of mortality, knowing that life is finite, that time is precious, can help you value what matters. It can help you let go of petty concerns and focus on what's truly important. Love, connection, beauty, kindness, meaning. You don't have forever, and neither does anyone else. This isn't depressing. It's clarifying. It reminds you to be present, to appreciate what you have, to not waste your energy on things that don't matter. Every moment is a gift. This moment, right now, this breath, this feeling of peace, it's a gift. Receive it. Your eyelids are growing heavier. Your breathing is so slow and deep. Your body feels like it's melting into the mattress. Every muscle completely relaxed, every joint loose and easy. Thoughts are barely forming now, just fragments drifting by like clouds. You might already be more asleep than awake, hovering in that beautiful space between, where everything feels soft and distant and peaceful. Sleep is wrapping around you now, warm and dark and infinite. You're safe here, protected, held. Your body knows what to do. It will breathe for you. Your heart will beat. All the healing processes we've talked about will continue through the night. You don't have to do anything. You just have to surrender. Let go. Fall. The darkness will catch you. Sleep will hold you. And tomorrow, when you wake, you'll be a little bit more healed than you are right now. Every cell in your body is working for you. Every breath is renewing you. Every moment of rest is restoring you. You're always healing, always growing, always becoming. And right now, in this perfect moment, you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do, healing, resting, letting go. The night is long and peaceful. Sleep is deep and restorative. Dreams will come if they need to, gentle and kind. And morning will find you renewed, refreshed, ready to begin again. But that's far away. Right now, there's only this breath, this moment, this feeling of perfect peace. Let go now. Release everything. Sink down into sleep. Let it take you completely. You've done enough. You've tried enough. You've carried enough. Now rest. Now heal. Now sleep. Deep, peaceful, healing sleep. Everything is quiet now. Everything is still. The world fades away. And you drift down, down, down into the softest darkness, into the deepest rest, into healing sleep that will carry you safely through the night. You're healing. You're safe. You're loved. Sleep well, dear one. Sleep deeply. Sleep peacefully. You deserve this rest. You've earned this peace. Let it all go now. Just sleep. Just heal. Just be. Good night.